Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's a JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at KernRadio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at KernRadio.com.
You can't hear it, correct?
So what's that?
You can hear?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Check us out online at KernRadio.com. Also download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us on the go anywhere you are. You can also find us on YouTube. That's right, we're streaming live. Just go over to YouTube, search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come along with us every single day. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just look up Kern Radio. I am also out there, JR Flores, or why not JR? We're broadcasting live from the Kern Radio studios, powered by Adaptive Networks for all your IT needs. Give them a call, 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. If they fix all the things we break around here, boy, they can sure take care of your business. And they're local, so why not support them? It's Adaptive Networks. We're also on TikTok, you guys. Shh. We're not telling anybody, but we're telling everybody, so they don't pay attention. But we're streaming What's Up TikTok. We're streaming live right now also on TikTok. So go over there and check us out as well. Got a great show for you lined up today. We're going to have an honest and open conversation about homelessness, the different sectors of it, and the solutions that need to be done. We're going to talk to Mr. Carlos Baldovinos. He is the executive director of the Mission, Kern County. I've known Carlos for at least a decade, if I'm not mistaken, and I know he's been working on this for a long time. A lot of talk ever since City Councilman Zack said what he had to say at the City Council meeting, and then a lot of talk after the video went viral with over 190,000 views on all the platforms that we shared it on, and a lot of, at least from my observation, a lot of people that work in the homeless sector seem to be, and again, this is just me from my observation, not that any of them have directly told this to me, that they seem offended by what we are saying. And so I wanted to be able to have a conversation with who are my friends. I call Carlos Baldovinos my friend. I call Lauren Skidmore my friend. I've known her for at least 13 years. And so I just want to make sure the air is clear about what we are saying as concerned citizens and what they are hearing as workers and the service providers in the homeless sector. So we'll talk to Carlos Baldovinos coming up at 2:30 today. What else do we have to talk about? California-wise, be careful, because they're trying to make it even more expensive, as though if it isn't expensive enough in California to live. This time they're looking at trying to hit you, if you haven't heard, with the miles tax. No, not Mr. Miles. Your car, the vehicle you drive miles. They want to be able to hit you on a tax with that. So it's not like we already get taxed enough on gas as it is and all the other things in California.
Can you tax somebody on how many miles they drive?
Just wait. The DMV, again, as if we don't pay enough DMV fees. And you guys can chime in. Tell me how much your guys' fees are every year for the DMV. I know for all you pickup owners, that's at least six, 7 bills. 6, 7. I didn't even mean to do that. But I didn't, Chris.
No, we're leaving that.
I know, but it just happens. It just happens. I can't help it. But they'll find a way. And so we'll discuss that. And the race for governor in California also got busier as another person decides to jump in and throw their hat into the ring. We'll tell you who that is. But we got to start here locally like we always do. Last night, I spent the evening down in what they call the basement at Woolworth's, the newly remodeled entertainment space. It is got a huge stage at one end of it, and it's just an open dance floor. There's some VIP booths, a complete bar that goes the length of the wall, long enough to serve everybody that's in there. It was a great time. There was a band playing. I took me and my daughter, and the lady went, and we got to hang out for a little bit, got to see a lot of people and shake a lot of hands. And it's just a beautiful space. The actual opening is this Saturday, January 31st, and they have tickets on sale for that. A couple of artists are going to be opening that up on Saturday. So if you have nothing else to do on this weekend, get down to the basement. Like I said, it's a beautiful, beautiful space. They even have the green room, which is a lot nicer than our green room. I'm just going to show pictures. I think Billy, our general manager, was there. I'm just going to drop him a little note. Hey, Billy, did you see their green room, dude? Did you happen to see the green room there? Can we step ours up just a little bit, maybe? No? Okay. Not in the budget. Got it. But it was a great time. Chris was there. Our buddy Steven was there. Like I said, our general manager, a whole bunch of people in attendance. Great time. Again, get those tickets for this Saturday. Ran into a listener, Jeff. I think he actually watches on YouTube. He was out to dinner. Me and my daughter took a walk. Her mom works in her shop is in the Haberfeld building. And so we walked over and just said hi to her. And then on the way back, I ran into a listener, Jeff, who told me that they watch on YouTube. He was taking his mom out to dinner at Mamma Mia. So what's up, Jeff and Mom? Nice to run into you guys last night. The other thing here locally, Zack Scrivner. I'll wait because I know everybody's like, ooh. Was in court this morning. A clean-shaven Zack Scrivner showed up to court this morning. He was in attendance for his mental health diversion. We're all screaming and yelling, and our eyes are rolling in the back of our head. Compliance hearing. Apparently, he has to show up, I believe, once a month to make sure that he is complying with his mental health diversion, in which today they said, yes, you're in compliance, but, and thank goodness for the judge in this case, because as we've come to realize, the state attorney general's office has just completely screwed this case up, and he was worthless again today in court. The judge says, yeah, you're in compliance, but there's a few other things myself as the judge, I'm adding on, I don't think the judge actually really said this, but since the state attorney general's office isn't going to do their job, I'll do it for him. There's some other things that I'd like to see at the next compliance hearing, like, I don't know, how many sessions are you actually going to with your therapist? How long are these sessions? What are the topics of these sessions? Is there any progress being done? Because God forbid this compliance hearing actually show that and I'm using air quotes because we know how mentally unstable former Kern County Supervisor Zack Scrivner is. We'd like to know if there's any progress in his mental health. God forbid there be somebody that's a danger to society or his own children out on the streets. Is he at least competent to still go to class at Cal State? Is anybody aware? Is he still enrolled over there at that fine institute of learning? So the judge steps in and says, I want to know those things. And oh, by the way, if you can go ahead and submit a drug and alcohol test as well. We'd like to see that. We want to make sure you're clean and sober there, Zach. No more magic mushrooms. We know what happens when you get on the magic mushrooms. Oh, and is he prescribed any meds? And is he compliant in taking meds that maybe he's been prescribed for his mental health? All great questions coming from the judge as the state attorney general's office just stood there. And then the judge says, is there anything you'd like to add? And the state goes, no, I think you got it, Judge. Just what you said. What the heck are you even doing here? And then, of course, Mr. Sala, the best attorney in town, one of them, I'd call him. I can't afford him. Don't know how Zack is affording him if he can't even afford child support. But he says, thank you, Judge. We'll make sure we'll get that all to you next time. We'll get that all checked in by February 19th so that by the time we meet again and on the 23rd, we'll be all set. We promise. Anything else, State? No, that's it, Judge. I think you got it covered, Judge. Thanks, Judge. My goodness. They've screwed up this case from the very beginning. Let's all hope that Mr. Zack Scrivner is getting the mental care that he so desperately needs. Let's get to a break, Chris. If you guys want to chime in, you can do so. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. That is the number to call. You can also text in. We'll get to those after the break. You can also jump in the chat on YouTube. I'll jump back there in the break. Chop it up with you guys. Go over to YouTube and search up Kern Radio. Subscribe and hit that notification bell where not only can you watch us live, but you can go back and watch past episodes live. So if there's ever a question, did JR really say that? Yes, it's all right there sitting for you to wait and go find out yourself. Not just that, we break down episodes and you can just watch clips of the show, certain topics, certain guests, all that right there on YouTube. And go find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, X, just search up Kern Radio. Get to the break. Coming up, Carlos Baldovinos from the Mission of Kern County is going to stop by. We're going to have an honest conversation. It seems to me that a lot of the providers in the homeless sector have gotten offended by the things that City Councilman Zack Bashir-Tash, myself, and upset citizens of this community are saying. And that's not, at least from me, I can't speak for everybody that's upset with the situation, but from me, that's not what I'm saying. So we're going to clear the air with Mr. Baldovinos, talk about the mission, the important work that they do as just one part of the solution and a very, very spoked wheel of solutions for this problem. Come back on the other side. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back. What's up, TikTok?
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Start your day right. First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9
Welcome to
a.m.
the show. Welcome to the
On the
podcast.
Friday
I
edition
don't
of the
wanna
First
leave
Look program.
YouTube alone. Sorry, you guys. But we got TikTok. TikTok meet you. TikTok meet YouTube. YouTube meet TikTok. Meet radio, but they can't hear us. Let's see what y'all are saying in here. Tomorrow is What the Faith. Today, give them hell, JR. That's right, Ray. Tomorrow on What the Faith, it's some of our favorites, Maddie and Justin. So yeah, Maddie Jarrett and Justin gonna stop by. Just Mad Productions, the greatest stories ever told. Find out where they're at in the Bible. Let's check us out tomorrow. But yeah, give them hell today. How much money has gone through the mission over the years, and what's the rate of return on success? It's a great question. Most of what the city and county do are not working. That the city is probably the city. Yes, the city and the county are the worst as far as the shelter goes, because in my opinion, those beds, and if you look at the rate of stay at the Brundage Lane Navigation Center, how long some of the longest occupants have stayed there, it's insane. Like, no, we should not be allowing this to be a hotel, right? There shouldn't be a hotel for the homeless where you get to just come and go as you please and all that. No. There's a bed here that somebody really needs, and you're taking up space because you're playing around, and we ain't got time for games anymore. This coddling thing has to stop, for reals. I have a suggestion that the homeless people that are not from Bakersfield be given a bus ticket where they are born at. Let local take care of local. I feel you on that, Gordon. A lot of people say that we should just bus them back to wherever they're from. I kind of agree with that, depending on your circumstances of how you ended up in Bakersfield. How long have you been in Bakersfield? Were you actually living in Bakersfield and became homeless, or were you homeless somewhere else and then came to Bakersfield? All the questions that are important when busing people back to where they came from. Child victim not represented in Scrivner's case. Scrivner's crime. Nope, and nope. Nobody's being represented, right? YouTube should get its own JR Show shirt. Sergio, I'm gonna hook you up with a shirt. You got everybody that wants a shirt, just raise your hand. Doesn't mean you're getting one, doesn't mean we've made them, but just so I know the demand. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. Streaming on YouTube at Kern Radio, Facebook, Instagram, X Kern Radio, and also on TikTok. You just go find us. And I'm not going to tell you where to look because if somebody's listening, 661-842-5376. Anything on the text board, sir, before we go any further? What you got? 40. Oh, whoa. I didn't think we were going to hear from 49er Larry again until at least what? Maybe July? August?
He's riding with the Patriots.
I thought he was 49er Larry, though. What? I thought. Just good to know.
That's why he says he's picking the Patriots, because he can't cheer for the quote unquote sea chickens.
It's good to know you're still with us there, Larry. We got a little worried about you. Thought we had, you called in, you made predictions, and then you just vanish. So.
Oh, don't test him. You know him.
Oh, it's fine. No.
Call right
No,
now.
you don't have to call, Larry. It's fine. Just the text message was enough just to let us know that you're okay. I was concerned about a lot of my 49er faithful. It's okay. Bang, 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 bang. Is that all? Is that all? What'd you say?
No.
Is that all we got?
Yeah, that's all we got.
661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. If you guys want to jump in, you can call or text at any time. Stay tuned for our conversation with Carlos Baldovinos coming up. He is the executive director of the Mission Kern County. With all the discussion going on with homelessness, I have to bring in my friends who are leaders and providers for this community and break down exactly what we are saying, break down what exactly they do, so there's no misunderstanding about how we can work together to help tackle even more work that needs to be done in the homeless community. Oh, if you drive in California, which a lot of us, most of us, almost all of us do, it's about to get more expensive. Today in the assembly, the Democrats pushed through further a bill called basically the new mileage tax. And so they want to tax you depending on how, not so much, we're going to tax you at the pump because we know, you got to put gas to be able to drive somewhere. And so we can get you on taxes that way. Well, as California tries to push out and phase out gas-powered vehicles and gas-powered this and gas-powered that, and they've come to realize, wait a second, we're cutting off our own nose here. Wait, the revenue, hold on, wait. If there's all these electric cars on the road that aren't putting the gasoline in the tank, we're missing out on an opportunity to collect taxes there. You see those Teslas, those fancy all new, and everybody, it's not just Tesla anymore. All the makes have their fancy electric cars now. California's like, we can't pass up a good opportunity here. We're leaving money on the table. Somebody come up with an idea. Quick. I got it. We'll tax them by the mile. And so I didn't go into the actual bill to see how they're going to keep track, but I would imagine just as you have to register your car every year with the DMV, you have to, when you do that, you have to put down the mileage on your car. And so every year when you turn your miles in, they're going to say, oh, Mr. Flores, you drove, well, seems that you only drive like half a mile to work, and then you only drive like really half a mile to go pick up your daughter, and then you drive maybe a half a mile back to work, and then maybe a half a mile back home. Oh, goodness gracious, you're not paying us a darn thing, Mr. Flores. But no, Mr. Reed down the hall, he drives from across town. See, he drives more miles. Or how about that guy that commutes? Maybe he's going from Santa Clarita to Bakersfield every day. Only in California do we find ways to make it more expensive to live at a time when it's already the most expensive state to live in. I mean, maybe outside of Hawaii? Hell, at this point, I'd live in a shack in Hawaii and pay $5, $7, $10 for a can of Spam. We already have the highest gas. They're trying to squeeze out gas cars for electric cars, and in the process, they had to figure out a new way to tax those electric cars. It's insane. But this is who we keep voting in. This is the super majority. This is the group that, by the way, this is the same group that our favorite city councilman, wannabe assemblyman, former didn't get paid, and he's sad about it, Board of Education, Bakersfield City School District. I didn't see him last night. Did you see him, Chris? You were there. You were at the basement.
I did not. I didn't run into him.
I didn't see Andre. Maybe he was, because they were also doing the state of the county. Mr. Phillips.
No, I think he came after we left.
I think he did too. He had a spy. He was like, tell me when JR leaves.
Because I've been told by multiple people that, oh yeah, I sat and talked to Andre. I was like, where the heck was he?
I saw a post. He posted the band playing on the stage or something like that. But again, he had a spy. Just tell me when JR leaves. I'm kidding. Andre is not worried about running into me. He has no problem coming over to me and saying hello. But at least he's got that going for him. But that's the same group he wants to join. The Democratic Assembly that wants to make it more expensive, tax you more, the residents of California. It's just insane. Speaking of California, a new name has been thrown into the race for governor. The San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan has thrown his hat in the ring. He says he's different from the other Democrats, though. He's a little bit more moderate, you see. And listening to him, I was watching I think it was KGT and Inside Politics or something, had a clip of him from an interview he did over the weekend, but he's talking about implementing and actually funding Prop 36 and care courts, and the same thing we're about to talk to Mr. Carlos Baldovinos about from the mission of Kern County, and getting people that have substance abuse problems, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or that are out and living on the streets. It's about getting those people help. Maybe he is I'm scared to say, maybe he is a different Democrat. I don't know. I know we need something different. We'll talk about all the different solutions. A conversation about homelessness with Executive Director of the Mission Kern County, Mr. Carlos Baldovinos, coming up next. I'd stick around. This is the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
SRN News. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Venezuela's legislature has approved opening the nation's oil sector to privatization. The decision reverses a key principle of the socialist movement that has ruled for over 2 decades in Venezuela. The National Assembly approved the energy industry law overhaul on Thursday. The move comes less than a month after the U.S. military seized then-President Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela's capital. President Trump's border czar says immigration enforcement could reduce the number of officers in Minnesota. Tom Homan suggested during a news conference Thursday that a drawdown could happen, but only after cooperation from state officials. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 56 points, the Nasdaq dropped 172. More details at srnnews.com.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm Chris Davis. An Amber Alert was issued for 2 kidnapped kids and the person the Highway Patrol says took them from Santa Clarita Wednesday afternoon. They are 9-year-old Sophia and 12-year-old Romero Ordonez. The suspected abductor is 45-year-old Crystal Ordonez, and they may be a black Kia Sorento. Kern County supervisors are excited about the possible 127 new oil wells that could be in the county soon, with 300 drilling permits requested since the beginning of the year. That info was made public in Wednesday's State of the County speech. Supervisors also say several battery and solar projects may be in the works. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on FM 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
There we go.
Not Trump.
Welcome
Talking
back.
about alcohol, drugs.
It's the JR Show. Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. You can download that Kern Radio app wherever you are, and you can also stream us live on YouTube and search up Kern Radio and watch us in all of our glory on TikTok. See way over there, that's TikTok. That's the TikTok world right there. Yeah, it's a whole new experience for me too. So just
Love it.
You can find us in all kinds of sorts of places. We're trying to engage our audience in all the places that they are. And so join us wherever you can find us. I'm also out there. JR Flores, or why not JR? Welcome back to the show. I have my friend in studio, Mr. Carlos Baldovinos. He is the executive director of the Mission Kern County. He has been working on this homeless issue for at least a decade, right, Carlos?
More than that, almost 2 decades.
Has it been 2 decades? How long have you been in Kern County?
Going on 16 years.
Okay, so yeah, almost 2 decades now of work in the homeless arena. We've been talking about it for at least a decade since I've been working on, the Richard Bean show and now having my own show and the many, many discussions that we've had. And now you guys have kind of been brought back into discussions after last week's meeting, and City Councilman Zack made his comments. And they kind of went viral. The community has been kind of vocal about those things. And the news organizations, God love them, have to reach out to you guys and say, hey, do you have a comment? Do you have a comment? Do you have a comment? And I get that part of it. I do. And it's just difficult because I think they don't understand. For them, it's just a news story. And for me, it's no, we're trying to find a solution here. This isn't just the next news story for me. And tomorrow it's Zack Scrivner, and tomorrow it's that or this or this or that. Like, the discussions that I'm trying to have are real, honest, hard, progressive discussions that can actually make a difference. And so when they run to you, it feels like, at least to me, that you in turn have to defend yourself almost. And it seems like, okay, now wait, hold on. And it's like you have to come out now and say, okay, well, this is the work that we're doing, or try to educate people on, because realize I'm not upset with you guys, right? I'm not the outrage that I'm speaking of, and that I can't speak for the councilman, but the outrage that at least I feel that he's speaking about isn't exactly, and I said it earlier this week, isn't the population of people that you deal with at the mission. Hopefully they end up in your doors, but a lot of the people that we're talking about aren't at the mission and aren't at the Open Door Network. And if I'm being honest, probably aren't candidates for affordable housing. And I get a lot of pushback when I talk about that, like, JR, you're not compassionate. JR, it's this and that. And I'm like, it is that and that, but it's also this. And I can't get anybody to admit that part.
All right.
Sorry.
That was a mouthful. So let me kind of break this down. Okay. First of all,
yes,
JR, I am very proud of you. You got your own show.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
That's incredible. Incredible. Good for you. Because you have a platform. Secondly, I want to thank you for the snacks. I love coming to a show. There's snacks, man. This is awesome.
I'm trying to take care of my people.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
The sweet and spicy
man,
snacks.
this is great.
Some waters, oranges.
Love it. I love it. So, but you're right. I think a lot of times with the news, it's sound bites. Everything's sound bites. It's short,
and that's not to knock them.
No. There's a space for. For me, when I've always asked, and they've been really good. On very different occasions of doing like a longer segment, right? Because I am not a spokesperson. What a councilman says, or a board of supervisors, or elected officials, their comments are completely their comments. But I do think that a lot of the comments that that were said last week by the councilman, I believe people are frustrated because they walk down the street, any of us, and you see a person half naked walking down the street out of their mind, then you don't go very far, and then you got to be careful you see defecation right in front of the sidewalk that you're walking on. You see all that stuff, right? You see the smell of urine. I mean, you smell urine. I mean, you see all that. So you kind of go, what is going on here? I mean, what are we doing? Are all these initiatives that we're doing, are they working? Are all these dollars that are being invested from the state or local level, are they doing? Are we doing enough enforcement? Could we do more? And in all of it, we could do more. I do believe we can't get in the spot that we get complacent and go, okay, we've done this, this, and this. And some of those people, you're 100% right. You cannot put them in a house in that state of mind. That is silly.
You can't even put them in a hotel room.
No.
And that's what we're doing, though. We are taking vouchers and placing these people into hotel rooms so that we can play with the statistics and go, well, now that person's housed. Yeah, but they're still.
But that's a housing first.
That's a home. They're still homeless, though.
No, I agree. So just, JR, let me tell you that the federal government came out a long time ago with
And
You
I'm
know,
all about vouchers.
No. Right. No, which is good.
For the
I
right people.
I serve in the housing authority.
And
too.
that's the
Right,
problem is that they end up in the wrong people's hands. And I'm trying to get those people out of the way so that real help can reach those that do need it.
right. Because when you look at it, JR, really reform has to happen. And the state has done mental health reform with Prop 1 and all that stuff. We just don't see enough of it. I mean, I get frustrated with it myself because I'm going, man, move faster.
Yeah.
We adopted this back in October of 2023, I think it was. And here we are, end of January of 26. Tell us what's happening. I get frustrated too, because when government does something, we all know this, it moves at a very slow pace. That's why I don't do a whole lot of government stuff, just because it takes a long time, a lot of red tape, a lot of bureaucratic stuff.
Yeah.
So I choose not to do that. I mean, we do a lot. We've done stuff in the past with them, but I know what I'm getting into if I'm doing that. But when you talk about legislation, I'm like, okay, legislation, Prop 36 was passed November of 2024. If I'm not mistaken, what I was told last, and you're gonna have to verify this with the district attorney's office, but I think we were leading as far as cases, I think, from Prop 36 than any other county.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a good thing. But we have seen the problem so bad. So I went, check this out, JR. I went and updated my new phone. I've had the same iPhone for like 6 years, right? It was slowing down.
Phone,
like crazy. It was horrible. It was, oh my gosh, it was slowing down. So I went right after Christmas, around the 28th of December. I'm like, I'm going to go. Nobody's going to be here. And so I'm waiting, right? I updated to the 17, right? It was great. And while you're waiting, I have to wait, right? Because it has to upload. And so I'm talking to the guy, and I noticed that a lot of phones are not on a lot of their displays anymore, right? Yeah. They have like stuff it's out there. You kind of point at it and whatever. But he goes, those things they're just for looks. They're not actual like working ones, because we've learned that people just run off with these.
Yeah.
They steal them. And I'm like, but they don't work. But they don't know that. They don't know that. They'll figure something out, and they'll sell it to
somebody that
some
doesn't know
dumb
that. Yeah.
That has no idea.
They'll make $20 off of it.
That's correct. Right. And so I go, that's how bad it's gotten. But you start talking a lot of business owners, right? Downtown, and that's where you have like, go to CVS and look at the stuff
it's all locked up.
It's all locked.
I have to ask to get my deodorant.
Razors. Razors. They're like, they steal razors and they sell them. And I go, I need, that medicine. Oh, well,
everything.
I'm like, what do you have here? He goes, well, you can get toilet paper. I'm like, okay, I don't need toilet paper.
It used to be only alcohol was locked up. Now it's everything.
Now it's all of it, right? It's an inconvenience, I think, to the people that are law-abiding citizens. So I'm telling you, California has gotten way off track. They're trying to bring it back. It's going to take a bit. I'm hopeful that's going to happen, because I'm frustrated just like anybody else.
And those people, though, are I think what the confusion becomes is when we say, like, when Zack was speaking at the city councilman Zack Bashirtash, he says homeless, and then there's this blanket. And I think we need to stop talking about homeless like it's just a blanket that covers the whole problem, because that's not the problem. The problem, and I've broken it down for the past week about the sectors of homelessness. And the only thing is, I have a problem with some of the people that work in these sectors admitting that, yes, that is a problem, JR. You're correct. They want to push back on me and say, no, you're not being compassionate. We can't lock people up just because they're homeless. And that's not what I want to do. Right. Like, I want to get people help, Carlos. I really do, whether it's at the mission, because I know that your place is one spoke of the solution.
So just, JR, let me tell you something. I'm working with the judges. I began having this dialogue right before last year was up about getting people referred to the mission that are coming out of jail. Because before Prop 47 and all those things came in line, so a person, they say they committed a drug offense, they either would be sent to county jail for a year or to an organization like the mission. When Prop 47 came, that went out the door.
That went away. We just booted them.
Right. So now you have kind of a push with Prop 36 and other legislation to get those people, drug offenses or other offenses like that can go to the mission or county jail. You pick.
That's it. That's all I've been saying.
And that's
you get a choice.
And that's what's happened. I have been I have initiated those dialogues. Like,
Good.
like I'm want to get. I'm like, and this is what I tell them. This is what I tell them. It's not going to cost you a penny. I fundraise for this. I have the ability to
provide these programs.
Give me 10 to 12 people and we'll put them, if they want to get help and sober and clean and get their life back on track, we will do it. No charge to you. Don't let that be government. Don't let that be a stumbling block.
That's what I hear though. Sometimes I was getting into it with somebody on Facebook and they're like, oh, well, that's going to cost more than what the affordable housing. And I'm like, look, cost shouldn't matter at this point. I know we're frustrated because we've spent millions and millions and millions of dollars. I can't look back and go, yes, some of that was wasted. We shouldn't put any more money into those things. No, there are very important programs that do receive those that need to continue.
Right.
I think we do need to audit to see what is working and what's not and stop some of the waste. But that doesn't mean I'm trying to take away from one to give to the other. I'm willing to spend the money if I know the solution is going to work.
Right. And that's the thing where I'm going to these folks. Hey, it's not going to cost you a dime. We'll take care of it. I don't need a grant from you. I don't need you to write me a check. I don't need any of that. Let's serve. To me, it's that simple.
Yes.
It's that basic. Let's help people. Let's not make bureaucracy out of this. We have to check that out. Are you certified in it? I'm like, are you serious? That nobody's looking at that when somebody's committing a crime or they're high as a kite on the middle. They're not checking if they're not even, nobody cares about it being certified fentanyl use.
Right.
I mean, nobody's certifying any of that. Let's just get those people help. Don't make it harder on me to provide that help.
Yes.
So those conversations are happening, JR.
That's what we
I
need.
just haven't been because everything is still in motion.
That's one sector though. Like I said, that's substance abuse, whether it's alcohol or drugs. And then you got to move into the mental health sector.
Oh my gosh.
That's a whole different, and some of that is brought on by drug abuse.
That's correct.
And some of it isn't though.
Right.
Some of it is because we did away with the state hospitals.
That's right.
Now these people that had schizophrenia before, that were dealing with bipolar, were left upon their own recognizance, stopped taking their meds, ended up on the streets, and now they're just roaming.
That's right.
So whether it's drug-induced mental health or just born mental health, that's a whole nother sector of homelessness.
Right.
And so I think we get all that gets lost when the term homeless gets said.
I agree. Because again, everybody puts it in the same bucket.
Yeah.
And it's completely, I've been doing this long enough that I always have conversations with people. And I've also heard from people, hey, let's just round them up and send them to Ridgecrest. Oh, that's really cool for Ridgecrest.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
It doesn't help because, now that's going to be the city of Ridgecrest. That's going to be their problem now.
Well, and then they're going to send them back us, and then we're just going to send back there, and then we're just in the same operation.
And somebody's going to apply for a grant to transport
them.
How
about we just stop and just help people?
No, I 100% agree. And for me, being in this work, I could tell you this, in the last probably decade, it's become very politicized.
Oh, yeah.
It's become a political football. People use it. You're probably going to see it in the next election.
Oh, yeah, especially with the governor race.
You're going to see it and blah, blah, blah. And that's why when I got into this work, and it was like, I never expected it to be like the politics side of it. Because now you got people talking about it, doing dissertations that have no idea what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. And I'm like, I sit with a lot of experts. I've sat next to an expert from New York City. That's all he does. He does data, whatever, right? So he calls me after I met him. I met him down in Southern California. I met him and we got this, he scheduled a phone call with me. And so we're talking about the very thing you're talking about, right? And he's like, well, it's complicated, but don't you? And I'm like, yeah, it's complicated, but let's not make it so complicated.
Right. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. Let's get these people into some sort of programs that will help them in the long term, not just throw money at this problem and then you see nothing happen. That's why I believe there's a lot of frustration, not just in Bakersfield and Kern County,
it's a state,
but the whole state,
the nation.
Across. People are just upset. I mean, what is going on here?
Yeah. Well, and I think what started is because we don't feel like we're seeing a difference. When Zack, Councilman Bashir Tash made those comments, it was after the Clean City Initiative, and they talked about how much more trash we've had to pick up last year. And we picked up more last year than we did ever before. And I get what they're saying, like, hey, we're trying to pick up trash. I get that part of it. But the way I took it, and apparently the way the councilman took it, was, wait a second. if we're even making a dent, shouldn't we be picking up less trash?
Yeah, but that's where you have to teach people. You can't just camp out here. Like, listen, I just coming back around the mission, right, literally about a block north of it. All of a sudden, there's like a little campground starting out. I'm like, what is going on here? Why do we think that's okay? Because once somebody sets a camp,
Another one comes.
you have 3 or 4 camps right
Yeah.
there, and everybody's has to use the restroom. They're eating, they're doing whatever they're doing in those things, which sometimes it could be illegal stuff, illegal behavior that's happening. We need to go after that. That stuff should not be okay in city sidewalks or county sidewalks. I don't care what sidewalks
Or
it
in
is.
parks
Or
next
whatever,
to a
parks,
business
whatever. That's not okay.
Mhm.
I mean, that is just not okay. It's not cool when you fly into Meadowsfield, you drive, get into the freeway. All of a sudden, you see like tents to the left, tents to the right. Oh, they see a mattress. We become desensitized to that
We
stuff.
have.
And I'm like, no, that's not cool. That's not the way this ought to look.
Yeah. It's just I need people to just go, yes, this is the problem. And I'm glad you do, and that's why I called you in, because you get it, and you're gonna have that open, honest conversation with me, where I feel other people feel like they have to defend their position, and that's not what I'm asking them to do.
No, listen, and I've been an advocate for the down and out, the poor, for a long time. I understand people have shortcomings, but I'm also the people that come to us that are seeking help, whether it's food, shelter, a program, job training, whatever that is. We're going to help them. I mean, that's what we're about. I mean, I'm constantly just advocating for those individuals. But what gets me is when those folks that are out there do not want the help, that don't care about getting the help, they just want to keep doing whatever they're doing. Meanwhile, they're really hurting the ones that are wanting to help.
I said they take up resources for those that want. There's people that have been at Brundage Lane Navigation Center for over a year, and they're just treating it like a hotel. And I know there's standards at your place. That's why I'm like, no, the mission, you can't just walk in and out. I mean, yeah, you can go get fed.
Oh, sure.
You can go get food. We're not going to turn you away for food. But if you want a bed, if you want to stay here, there's a program for you. There's a way for you to get better.
Yeah, and again, everybody has that choice, right? We encourage the program, because the programs do work. Once there's some real life transformation with someone, there's a change, right? That they're clean and sober, like they're no longer foggy headed.
Yeah, they can think straight.
They're like, okay, I bring value. I have something to give. I have purpose. I'm not a mistake.
Yeah.
I want to give. I want to do something for myself. That self-worth. Nobody's talking about that. Self-worth and purpose. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody says it. Self-worth. Let's see that self-worth and purpose in you, because there's more to you than what you're doing. Let's help you get there.
Let's help you get there. Let's just all agree that there's many different roads for the different people dealing with homelessness and living on the streets to get them there.
That's right. I agree with you 100%.
And as long as we can start there, then I think we can start to make a bigger dent. Carlos, thank you for coming in today, my friend.
Thank you, JR. Appreciate you having me. Great conversation, a frank conversation.
It is, and that's what.
But I'm still waiting on my nickname. You give nicknames to people. I'm not even going to say them right now on air. And I'm like, oh my God! But make it a cool nickname.
I'll give you a cool one.
All right.
So you want one like Zack's, huh? Zack's got a cool nickname.
I'm like, wow, that's a nickname. And then the other guy that's on the council, I'm not even going to say it. But I'm like, man, this guy's like, he gives one-liners.
I'll get you a nickname, Carlos. But for real, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks
for all
brother.
the work that you do in the community, and this helped. I don't want you to feel like when I'm talking about this issue that you have to defend yourself, because I support you and the work that you do at the mission. I support the work that Lauren and her folks do at the Open Door Network. I support the affordable housing that's going on. I do. We need those things, but there's other things that we also need. That's
I know your heart. I know you and I are friends. We can have this conversation. I don't take offense to it. It's just, as you know, the last week, it's just been,
it's been a lot,
constant with this stuff. And I'm not going to defend anybody's. If that's what the councilman said, hey, that's his prerogative.
I'll get him on here. He can defend it.
Whatever he said, that's on him. but I'll just tell you my stance is just from my perspective, from somebody that's in the work.
Yeah.
And he's not really wrong in some of this stuff.
Thank you.
There's some clearly frustration.
That's all I want.
I get the frustration with people.
I appreciate it.
People are talking in my ear all the time that say far worse things than
what
he said.
Got to get to a break. On the other side, we'll take some of your comments and then we'll get out of here for the day. Thanks to Carlos Baldovinos from the Mission Kern County. This is the JR Show. We'll be right back. That was true. Excellent, brother.
Wasn't it good? I thought
That
it was
was
good. It was
great.
legit. I know it wasn't staged. It wasn't.
No, it's just natural conversation.
I love the setup, bro.
You like this?
Yeah, it looks legit. You can keep it up, right?
Yeah, well, every day I come in and I put it up, and then Ralph comes in, and then I take
Ralph's
it back
from
down.
here too?
Yeah, he does the same one in here too. So then I'll take it down. And then I'll just, and then every day I come back in. Yeah, he'll come in here and do YouTube after this.
You do YouTube?
He's doing it too. But he's not pushing into social media like I am. On TikTok, that same Zack, like the Zack video that I sat in the audience that night when he started going off. Yeah, I took that video with my phone. He starts going off and I start recording him and I'm like, and then I posted by the time they ended that meeting, they had 10,000 views. By the next morning, they had 70. Now on between Instagram and Facebook, it's got 121,000 views. And then on TikTok, it got another 70,000 views.
Holy crap.
This message comes from
Just keeps carrying.
committed to exploring the world in comfort.
And so it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like,
What's your thing on this?
Destination-focused dining and cultural enrichment
Here
on board
I we'll go this way. Oh, we want to take a picture? Yeah,
Let's do a pic. Let me just take one of yours.
Yeah.
I love your setup.
And no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters.
All right, let's do it.
Put your security
New phone, man. I don't know how to use this darn thing.
Let's go photo. You're on video.
access control.
This is a new phone now.
I just got it like a couple weeks
There you
ago. 1, 2, 3. Love it.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he,
It's hard.
Anniversary sale, just in time for Valentine's Day. You can get Don Hall diamonds or a custom-made treasure for your special Valentine. We have a great selection of estate jewelry, pre-owned Rolex watches, and Cartier love bracelets. Come see us for that special anniversary gift and make it a Valentine's Day to remember. Don Hall Jewelers on the corner of.
Like 2 minutes left, not even. No, I got like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, people. 2 minutes. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out all over social media. We're making waves, baby. We're going to engage you anywhere that you guys find content. We're going to try to provide it for you. So go check us out on all the different platforms, either Kern Radio, JR Flores, Why Not JR. We are out there, baby. Find us. That was a great conversation, you guys. I'm just glad that we can all, or at least Carlos and I can agree on something. And that's all I'm asking is just, we can't fix it until we start admitting it. And I'm getting a lot of pushback this week. And I get it that you're offended by the way that things were said. And that's where I tried to explain, when we say the word homelessness, there's a blanket that falls over the whole community. And that would be like, that's like making a racist statement that when you know what I mean, or something, when you say something towards a whole group of people, and that doesn't fit. And so I don't know if when we say homelessness, we need to talk about the different sectors, what sector of homelessness we're talking about. Just trying to make a progress here on the JR Show with issues that affect us all. I got to get out of here for the day. Stick around for the Ralph Bailey Show. It's a Thursday. Mike Turnipseed from the Kern Taxpayers Association will stop by, plus Daniel Petrie from Messmaker and Petrie Wealth Advisors. Thank my friend Carlos Baldovinos from the Mission of Kern County. This has been the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you. Oh. This one goes back in here.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. At a news conference, Trump administration border czar Tom Homan says some federal agents may start leaving Minneapolis if there's better cooperation from state and local leaders.